Welcome back. Today, we explore the value of these top 10 most valuable copper wheat pennies that could be in your pocket change. Let's get started. Our first coin today is one of the most iconic and cherished pieces of American numismatics, the 1937 Abraham Lincoln Wheat 1 cent, also known as the wheat penny, in fine condition. While it may not have the same historical reputation as its 1943 counterparts, or the rarer 1909 SEDB variety, the 1937 wheat penny stands out due to its historical context, scarcity, and the market value it commands today. Let's break down why this particular coin is so highly valued in today's auction market. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The reverse design, featuring 2 stalks of wheat, quickly became iconic and would remain unchanged until 1958. By the 1930s, the United States was emerging from the Great Depression, and the economy was slowly recovering. The 1937 wheat penny was produced during a time when the nation was finding stability again, and the mintage was relatively high in comparison to other years of the series. In 1937, the United States Mint produced approximately 198 million pennies in total. These coins were struck in Philadelphia, which means this particular coin lacks any mint mark. This is important to note because the absence of a mint mark can make the coin slightly more valuable than those from other mints like Denver or San Francisco. Even though 198 million pennies were made, most of these coins were circulated heavily, resulting in significant wear. As a result, high-quality examples, especially those in fine or better condition, are considered scarce and, therefore, are highly sought after by collectors. On the obverse side of the 1937 wheat penny, we have the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has been a hallmark of the series since its inception in 1909. Lincoln's likeness, along with the words "Liberties and in God we trust," is both a tribute to the nation's 16th president and a testament to the enduring legacy of the coin itself. The reverse, which is where the series gets its wheat penny name, features 2 stalks of wheat on either side of the phrase pluribus unum. The wheat stalks represent the agricultural roots of the United States, and they were meant to symbolize the prosperity and unity of the country. This simple yet powerful design continues to resonate with collectors. So, what makes this 1937 wheat penny so valuable today, especially in fine condition? Despite its relatively high mintage, the 1937 wheat penny's value is driven by several factors. The first is its condition. Coins in fine condition show moderate wear, but their details are still visible, making them highly desirable. As of 2024, the market value for a 1937 wheat penny in fine condition can range anywhere from $66,000 depending on the coin's appearance and overall quality. However, coins with unique characteristics or those in better condition, such as very fine or extra fine, can fetch even higher prices, sometimes reaching upwards of $68,000 or more. Coins with significant wear or damage, on the other hand, may only be worth a few dollars, especially if they're heavily circulated. As with many coins from this era, collectors are always on the lookout for examples with errors or unusual characteristics. While the 1937 wheat penny is not known for any major errors, some collectors are keen to find coins with die cracks or unusual wear patterns. For example, there are a few rare examples of the 1937 wheat penny, where the lettering on the obverse or reverse has a misstrike, resulting in a partial or completely missing inscription. These types of errors, though relatively rare, can increase the value of the coin significantly. Moreover, the 1937 wheat penny continues to capture the interest of collectors due to its historical connection to Lincoln's legacy, its place within the wheat penny series, and its status as one of the staple coins of the 20th century. Next up coin on the list is a 1940 Lincoln wheat penny, again without a mint mark, but this time in a different condition. This coin has been circulated, showing wear and a distinct reddish hue. Though this particular penny is in dirty condition, it's still highly collectible and can command a surprising value in today's market. Let's examine. The 1940 Lincoln wheat penny was struck at a time when the United States was deeply involved in the early stages of World War II. In total, over 1 billion pennies were minted that year, making it one of the most commonly produced years in the wheat penny series. However, despite the large mintage, the sheer number of coins in circulation means that high-quality examples are still scarce. Coins from 1940 were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which again means the penny lacks a mint mark. The large mintage numbers mean this particular coin was struck with a focus on production, leading to many surviving coins with heavy circulation and, often, significant wear. The design of the 1940 wheat penny is nearly identical to other coins in the series, with Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, along with the inscriptions "In God We Trust and a Liberty" on the reverse. The wheat stalks continue to symbolize the country's agricultural roots, with a pluribus unums encircling the design. The reddish tone seen on many coins from this period is a result of the copper used in the coin's composition. Over time, this copper oxidizes and can develop a patina, turning the coin a reddish-brown shade. When coins are left exposed to dirt or harsh environments, they can also develop grime that adheres to the surface, leading to the dirty condition we see here. While the 1940 wheat penny is not rare, coins that are in circulated red condition with a dirty appearance can still attract interest. In its dirty state, the coin would likely sell for around $88,000, which is lower than coins in fine or better condition. However, some collectors might still be drawn to the coin for its unique wear pattern or its historical significance, especially if it's part of a larger collection. Coins that are cleaned, heavily damaged, or excessively dirty typically command lower prices in the auction market. However, in rare cases, collectors who specialize in obtaining specific years or those with unusual characteristics may still value a dirty coin higher, particularly if it comes from a specific batch or has significant history. Like other pennies from this era, the 1940 wheat penny can occasionally feature die cracks, double strikes, or other minor errors that can make them more valuable to collectors. These errors, combined with the unique condition of the coin, could lead to higher than average market interest, particularly in specialized collector circles. Next up, the 1939 Abraham Wheat 1-cent coin, especially the large date variety with an S mint mark, is a sought-after coin in the numismatic world. In terms of design, it showcases the iconic Abraham Lincoln bust on the obverse, which has been a symbol of American history since the coin's introduction in 1909. The reverse side, with 2 stalks of wheat, adds a touch of agricultural symbolism, reminding us of the nation's farming roots. This coin stands out due to its large date, with the digits 3A and NE visibly larger compared to its counterparts from other years. The presence of the S mint mark further distinguishes this particular coin, marking it as minted in San Francisco. The 1939 penny is part of the broader series of Lincoln wheat pennies, which were produced from 1909 to 1958. The coin was minted during the midst of the Great Depression, a period of significant hardship in American history. By the late 1930s, the U.S. economy was slowly recovering from the worst of the Depression, and coins like the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny were in everyday circulation. The large date variety was produced to help distinguish between coins of that year and previous years, adding a unique feature for collectors. While the total mintage of the 1939 Lincoln penny with the S mint mark was relatively high, not all examples are in fine or better condition, making well-preserved coins particularly rare. The coin's market value fluctuates depending on its condition, with fine examples commanding anywhere from $100,000 and higher prices for better grades. However, the value of this coin can soar when graded as extremely fine or uncirculated, reaching $123,000 or more at auction. The obverse of the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. The reverse showcases 2 stalks of wheat, symbolizing America's agricultural heritage. The large date variety from 1939 is particularly popular among collectors, and the S mint mark signifies the coin was minted in San Francisco, further boosting its desirability. Coins in fine condition, like the one we're focusing on today, typically exhibit a noticeable amount of wear, but they still retain the integrity of the design. While the 1939 large date with an S mint mark is not known for any major errors, it does attract significant attention from collectors because of its unique attributes. Some collectors specifically seek out the large date version, as it is harder to find in high grades compared to other versions of the 1939 penny. Additionally, coins from the San Francisco Mint generally have higher collector interest, as San Francisco minted coins were often produced in smaller quantities. Next up is the 1926 Abraham Wheat 1 penny, which has become a notable coin due to its rarity, despite being in damaged condition. This coin was produced without a mint mark, indicating it was minted in Philadelphia, where the U.S. Mint's main production facility was located. The coin features a well-worn design of Abraham Lincoln as created by Victor David Brenner. The reverse side, as always with the wheat cent, displays two stalks of wheat, a design symbolizing the nation's agricultural strength. The coin we're discussing, however, has a notable feature: a damaged line running across the face of Abraham Lincoln, which significantly reduces its market value. The 1926 penny was minted during a period of economic recovery following World War I. The coin was made at a time when the United States was moving towards a more stable economic position after the turmoil of the 1910s. Even though the 1926 Lincoln wheat cent was produced in relatively large numbers, its value in today's market has been impacted by the passage of time, and the existence of damaged specimens makes those in decent condition highly valuable. The total mintage of the 1926 Lincoln penny without a mint mark was high, but despite its widespread production, a coin in damaged condition like the one we are discussing is still valuable due to its historical importance and rarity. The market value for a damaged 1926 wheat penny ranges between $300,000 depending on the severity of the damage. However, coins in better condition, even with light wear, can fetch higher prices. As with all Lincoln wheat cents, the obverse of the 1926 penny features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln. The reverse side of the coin includes the two stalks of wheat, which was a design that had been a staple of the penny since the series' inception in 1909. Despite the damage on the front, the details of Lincoln's portrait and the wheat stalks on the reverse can still be partially appreciated. It is this combination of wear, historical context, and rarity that makes even damaged examples valuable too. Even though this coin does not feature any known minting errors, the damage line running across Lincoln's face does affect its value. Collectors of damaged coins often appreciate the unique character that such damage can provide, making this coin especially attractive to a niche audience. The coin is still highly collectible because of its age and the limited availability of well-preserved examples from this year. Next up, the 1917 Abraham Wheat 1 cent coin with the D mint mark is a true collector's gem, especially when it is found in a color-changed, damaged condition. This coin may not look pristine, but it carries with it a fascinating story and an impressive value that many collectors are eager to get their hands on. In 1917, the U.S. Mint produced a wide variety of coins as the country was embroiled in the First World War. During this era, the penny, which featured the iconic Abraham Lincoln design by sculptor Victor David Brenner, was already a popular coin in circulation. The design of the wheat cent, named for the two wheat stalks on the reverse, had been in circulation since 1909, and it would remain until 1958. However, the 1917 D Mint mark gives this coin special significance. In that year, the Denver Mint struck a substantial number of coins, but only a certain percentage of them ended up in good condition, making those in fine or damaged conditions even rarer. The color-changed damage condition of this particular 1917 D coin is a result of factors like chemical exposure, environmental wear, or extreme circulation. However, while this type of damage might diminish a coin's beauty, it can sometimes enhance its rarity, especially when the coin is otherwise historically significant. Despite its worn appearance, the 1917 D Abraham wheat cent's value remains remarkable. The 1917 wheat cent with a D mint mark was produced in large numbers. In fact, over 74 million coins were minted at the Denver facility that year. However, its high mintage isn't the key factor in determining value. It's the coin's condition and the historical interest it generates among collectors. The 1917 D penny, even in color-changed damage condition, can command significant prices on the market. Depending on the extent of the color change and the nature of the damage, these coins can fetch anywhere from $78,000 in auction markets, depending on the level of wear. Coins that have been well preserved or have unique damage patterns could push the value even higher, especially if they exhibit any rare error features, which we'll discuss shortly. The design of the 1917 D Abraham wheat penny is one of the most iconic in U.S. numismatic history. The obverse features a bust of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, designed by Victor David Brenner. The coin's reverse shows 2 stalks of wheat framing the phrase 1 cent. These elements were meant to symbolize both the president's legacy and the agricultural roots of the country. On the reverse, the word United States of America arches above the wheat stalks, while a pluribus unum is inscribed along the bottom. The D mint mark is located just beneath the wheat stalks, near the edge of the coin. The design is clean and straightforward, but it's the distinctive color and wear in a coin like this that make it stand out among collectors. One of the reasons collectors still pursue coins like the 1917 D in color-changed damage condition is that errors and unique features are often found in coins from this era. Even though the coin is damaged, collectors love to spot errors such as die cracks, misstrikes, or double strikes that may make a particular example even more valuable. The presence of a color change, for example, could indicate that the coin has been exposed to certain chemicals or extreme environmental conditions. While this may decrease its marketability in terms of aesthetic appeal, it can also serve as a unique marker, making the coin rare. Collectors often seek coins like these because they add depth to a collection, offering a glimpse into the ways in which coins age and change over time. Next up, the 1923 wheat penny without a mint mark is one of the lesser-known but highly valued coins in the Abraham Lincoln series. When found in circulated condition, it's an intriguing example of how a coin that's been in circulation for nearly a century can still hold significant value. Let's take a deep dive into this fascinating coin. The 1923 wheat cent was produced during a period of economic transition for the United States. The country had just emerged from World War I, and the 1920s marked the beginning of the Roaring Twenties, a decade of social, political, and cultural change. While the US Mint continued to produce large quantities of coins, the 1923 wheat penny stands out due to the fact that no mint mark was present, unlike some other years when different mint facilities were involved. This period also saw the continuation of the Lincoln wheat design, which was initially struck in 1909 to honor the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The series would go on until 1958, but its coins like the 1923 penny, especially those without a mint mark, that stand out in today's numismatic market. Much like the 1917 D penny, the 1923 wheat cent features a striking obverse design with a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, sculpted by Victor David Brenner. The reverse features the iconic wheat stalks, a symbol of America's agrarian economy at the time. One of the most notable features of this coin, as with all pennies of the era, is the absence of a mint mark. The 1923 penny without a mint mark was minted in Philadelphia, making it an example of a coin struck at the most well-known mint in the United States. The Philadelphia Mint was responsible for the majority of coinage during this time, and coins without mint marks are considered to be Philadelphia strikes. Over 70 million 1923 wheat pennies were minted in Philadelphia. While this might seem like a high number, the coin is still valuable today due to the passage of time and its continued collector interest. In circulated condition, a 1923 wheat cent typically sells for between $35,000 depending on the coin's grade and wear. However, coins with higher grades or those in better condition can fetch much higher price. For instance, a coin graded in very fine or even extra fine condition can easily reach several $100s, making this an exciting coin for collectors to search for. errors in this particular year are relatively rare, but they do exist. Some coins have been discovered with die errors, including misstrikes, doubling of letters, and slight off-center strikes. These errors, although minor, can increase the coin's value significantly, with certain error types increasing the interest from collectors even more. The 1923 penny, even in circulated condition, continues to be a popular choice for collectors. Its high mintage combined with its iconic design and historical significance keeps it in demand, especially among those looking to complete sets of Lincoln wheat pennies. Next up, the 1949 Lincoln wheat 1-cent coin is a fascinating piece in American numismatic history. The coin was struck during a period in the US when the economy was recovering from the aftermath of World War II, making it historically significant as a reflection of the post-war era. The year 1949 marked a significant transition in the production of US currency. The Lincoln wheat penny, which had been in circulation since 1909, was undergoing its final years of production before the introduction of the Lincoln Memorial penny in 1959. The 1949 large date version, with the S mint mark struck in San Francisco, was one of the coins minted during this period. The mintage for the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny with the S mint mark was approximately 56.9 million, making it a somewhat common coin in circulated condition. However, the circulated version, particularly in fine to very fine condition, has seen an increasing level of interest in recent years, particularly among collectors who focus on rare and historical wheat pennies. The 1949 Lincoln wheat penny features the iconic design by Victor David Brenner, which includes the profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse. The large date version of this coin was minted due to a die change that occurred mid-year in 1949, which resulted in the large date variety. The large date appears noticeably different from the small date version, with the numbers in 1949 being larger and spaced further apart. The S mint mark is placed just below the date on the obverse, signifying that the coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint. This mint mark, while common in itself, adds value to the coin in terms of rarity, especially when compared to the larger mintage figures of coins from other mints. As for its value in today's auction market, the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny with S mint mark in circulated condition typically ranges between $20,000 depending on its exact grade. However, rare examples in higher grades can fetch a much higher price, especially if they possess unique attributes like an uncirculated or near-mint condition. For instance, a 1949 S-wheat penny in mint state can command over $59,000 at auction, particularly if it has been well preserved and exhibits mint. Collectors have a keen interest in the 1949 Lincoln penny because of its large date variety and the significance it holds in the final years of the Lincoln wheat penny series. However, the 1949 coin is not particularly known for any major mint errors, unlike some other Lincoln pennies, such as the famous 1943 steel pennies or the 1955 doubled die varieties. However, there are still some coins with subtle errors that can command a premium. Coins with off-center strikes, die cracks, or other minor minting defects can see their value rise considerably. The market interest in the 1949 S large date variety has increased due to the general trend toward the appreciation of US wheat pennies in general. With many collectors focusing on mint marks and specific years, the 1949 S remains an important coin for both novice and seasoned collectors alike. Next up, we focus on the 1953 Lincoln wheat 1 penny without a mint mark. This coin stands out in terms of its condition as it features significant color damage, making it an interesting case study in how condition can affect the market value of a coin. Despite the color damage, this coin remains of interest to collectors due to its age and historical significance. The 1953 Lincoln penny is part of the post-war era, a time when the US was experiencing an economic boom. This particular coin was struck in large quantities, with the 1953 penny being part of the standard production at the Philadelphia Mint. The mintage figures for the 1953 Lincoln penny without a mint mark stand at an impressive 542 million, making it one of the more common coins in circulation from the early 1950s. The 1953 penny, like many others of its era, was produced to meet the rising demand for smaller denominations during the post-war period. Despite the large number of coins struck, the condition of many of these pennies, especially those that have been heavily circulated, can vary significantly. The design of the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny is the same as its predecessors, featuring the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the famous wheat ears on the reverse. This simple yet iconic design has remained a central element in US coinage for decades. The absence of a mint mark on this coin means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which was the primary mint for producing pennies during this period. The lack of a mint mark is typical for coins minted in Philadelphia, as the mint mark was only added to coins minted at other facilities, like the Denver and San Francisco mints. In terms of market value, the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in color-damaged condition is typically worth around $9,000 in today's auction market, depending on the severity of the color damage. Color damage can occur due to exposure to environmental factors, including moisture, which may result in the coin's copper color fading or changing to a dull brown or greenish hue. However, coins with unusual color damage or other characteristics that stand out may see a slight increase in value, particularly if they are viewed as having unique features. For instance, a penny with an attractive or unusual patina may appeal to some collectors who specialize in toning or rare color variations. While the 1953 Lincoln penny does not have any widely recognized mint errors like doubled dies or off-center strikes, its collector interest primarily revolves around condition and Although the coin's mintage was high, there are still opportunities for collectors to find well-preserved examples of the 1953 penny. For example, uncirculated 1953 pennies without any color damage or wear can command a higher price. In its highest grades, it can fetch prices ranging from $10,000, with the best examples reaching even higher at. Therefore, despite the damage, the coin holds considerable value due to its historical relevance and its place in the Lincoln wheat penny series. Next up, the 1945 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny holds a special place in the hearts of collectors due to the history and legacy of its design, as well as its scarcity in high-grade conditions. The Abraham Lincoln wheat penny, designed by Victor David Brenner, was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. While most years are relatively common, certain years like 1945 are notable for their specific mintage characteristics and the historical context surrounding them. In 1945, World War II was winding down, and the US economy was beginning to transition from a wartime economy to a peacetime economy. The penny, which had been used as a token of daily commerce for many decades, took on an added sense of national pride as the country celebrated the victory and began rebuilding. This period marked the final year of the war, and as such, there was a sense of hope and renewal symbolized in the coin's continued circulation. The 1945 Lincoln penny featured the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, which had been a defining feature of the coin since its inception in 1909. The reverse side shows two stalks of wheat, a design that gave the coin its common name of the wheat penny. The coin is made of copper, a material that was used extensively in the minting process until 1982, when it was replaced with zinc-coated copper. The design elements of the coin have remained iconic throughout history. Lincoln's image, as sculpted by Brenner, was widely respected for its accurate depiction of the 16th president. The reverse, with its wheat stalks, symbolized the strength and agricultural abundance of the United States. This design remained unchanged for many years, until 1959, when it was replaced with the Lincoln Memorial. The mintage of the 1945 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is noteworthy for collectors. This specific penny was minted in Philadelphia, as denoted by the absence of a mint mark. The 1945 penny had a total mintage of over 1 billion coins, making it one of the more abundant issues in the Lincoln penny series. However, its value has increased significantly in recent years due to the rising interest in high-quality examples, especially those in fine condition. Despite the large mintage, the demand for high-quality examples, particularly those in fine or better condition, remains strong. The fact that many of these coins were heavily circulated means that examples in higher grades are less common. As such, high-grade 1945 Lincoln pennies, especially those without any significant wear or damage, can command impressive prices in today's market. In today's auction market, the value of a 1945 Lincoln penny without a mint mark in fine condition can vary depending on factors like the coin's overall appearance, age, and demand. A coin in fine condition will typically exhibit some wear but retain most of the design features. Coins in fine condition can often fetch prices ranging from $200,000, though exceptional examples or coins with particularly well-preserved details may exceed this range. Auction records indicate that coins with more distinctive characteristics, such as those with minimal damage or higher grade preservation, have sold for over $250,000 or more in certain markets. As is often the case in coin collecting, factors such as collector interest, the rarity of high-grade coins, and the overall condition of the specific coin will drive its value. Some rare varieties of the 1945 Lincoln penny, like those with slight die cracks or other errors, have achieved even higher prices in auction settings. The 1945 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is often sought after by error collectors. Some of the common errors associated with the series include double die varieties, which occur when the die used to strike the coin malfunctions. These errors can add a premium to the coin's value, with some varieties commanding several $100s, especially if they are in excellent condition. In addition to the standard interest in 1945 Lincoln pennies, many collectors are also focused on assembling complete sets, including error varieties and high-quality examples. Coins like the 1945 Lincoln penny play an essential role in these sets, and demand for them remains steady. Thanks for joining us, happy collectors.